56 characters.
56 cards, it's gonna be a character. I'm gonna showing Kid Cloud Clicker. I can't say this. Kid Cloud Clicker.
Those evasives causing some trouble for
good.
this deck.
I can now attack. I'm gonna go.
What's up, Illumineers? It's Charlie and Mateus back with another Set Championship meta deck gameplay showcase. So we showed you the big four. Now we're moving on to some other maybe outsiders that you might see in your Set Championships. We're going to be playing me, Redfasa Roulette, and Mateus is going to be Emerald, Amethyst, Tempo.
Deck.
These are two decks that are popular in our local metagame here in Montreal, so we've seen a bunch of people play these, and we thought it would be good to show these off to you as well because they're very fun ones, and they're also ones that maybe could surprise your opponent in the Set Championship.
I'm fairly sure you will come across those, but probably not as frequently as the other ones. Should we talk about our decks? Do you want to start, Charlie?
Let's do it. So as I said, I am playing the Redfasa Roulette deck. It is a Amber Ruby deck. One of the unique things about this deck is there are 56 characters in this deck and 4 copies of Brawl. It is a deck fully focused around characters because of Redfasa in this deck. When he is banished, it's going to allow me to get a card from the top of my deck and play it. So we really want to be hitting a character in these instances. In terms of control, it's all through the characters themselves. So we have the likes of Maui, who is a rush. We have Mulan, who's in there as well, who can do damage to multiple targets. And then we also have removal in the form of Lady Tremaine and Madame Medusa. This is kind of an aggro deck. It's got a lot of ramping in there with the likes of Pluto and Gaston, trying to get us to those big characters as quickly as we can and hopefully just overwhelming our opponent with characters. And that's my deck. One of the things I should say is it is a deck that does quite well against Ruby Amethyst because of Redfasa. He's kind of resilient to be prepared because he's going to bring you a character in, hopefully a good character. So it could be a good pick if you're expecting a lot of Ruby Amethyst in your local metagame. Mateus, do you want to tell us about yours?
Well, of course. So as Charlie said, this is the Tempo meta deck. That's something you might have heard before. It's an Emerald Amethyst deck. It's a lot about switching between aggro and mid-range. And as a strategy for our early game, we have a lot of aggressive high lore and high quest cards, such as Cursed Merfolk and Maleficent. You really want to get those Cursed Merfolk right in the beginning to put the pressure. We also have some disruption pieces, such as Kid Cloud Kicker, that allows you to bounce characters of 2 strength or less back to their player's hand. Then some card draws, as you would expect from Amethyst, with Rabbit and the Friends of the Other Side. And also, pretty much for closing the game, we're looking for goats, the Queen's Castle, and the big Ursula, which has a lot of strategies on her own, so that's quite good. You can also shift her early in the game. It's a good matchup against the decks such as Ruby Sapphire, like the Tamatoa Dime, as you know, but it could struggle quite a lot against the Steel, so you need to be able to be aggressive right in the start if you want to survive that. 2 more interesting notes that I like about this deck is with the Peter Pan Shadow Fagda. It's very good because it can create a way for you to come in and attack the opponent Diablo, and also it is good if you have your own Diablo. Because with that card, because Diablo is evasive, they can come in already and exert in the turn that they are played by attacking a location, another enemy, or target, and so on. So it's very exciting. I think we can roll the dice to get started.
Let's see who's going to start. Do we need to roll? It's going to be you.
Let's see. Hopefully. 5? I don't think it's me.
Perhaps. 15. There we go. Okay, so I'll start. So I'm going to do my mulligan first. Like last time, we'll kind of talk to you about what we're looking for in our opening hands. For me, it is going to be some early ramp, ideally. I obviously don't want my high-cost character, so I can get rid of this. It's a very high-cost character, so we don't want that. I do have the man himself, Redfasa. I have 2 of those. I don't think I need both, so I'm going to get rid of one of those to see if I can find something that will help me ramp like Pluto. Other than that, this is a good card. This is exactly what I want. Because I know Mateus has got a lot of low-cost characters. I want to be able to have something to deal with them, so this is there for that. Faster. So I've got a nice curve here. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 5. Hopefully we find something on 4, but Gaston is going to help us get there. So I'm going to be mulligan just 2 cards. These 2 cards. We'll get 2 more. Let's see if we get something good. That's not bad. Okay, I think against Mateus's deck, which is looking to be very aggressive, this could be a pretty good start. I'll turn over to you.
Okay, so I am shocked. I think I could easily stay with this whole hand as it is. but I should mulligan a few cards. So I have all my early games. This never happened to me before. This is perfect, having those 2 cards right in the beginning. Another one, another one. So what we try to prioritize here is a perfect curve. So you can get your 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the same turn. Sometimes, depending on my hand, I like having a Diablo as well here, which I don't. So I could easily stay with this hand, I think, but I will mulligan 1. I'm just curious to see what we get out of this. Friends on the other side getting out of my hand now.
Interesting.
But also bear with me here. I'm new to this deck as well. I have been playing a variation of that with my own twists, but this is the first time I'm playing. Okay, I'm not that mad about what we just got here. It perfectly closes the curve.
Oh dear, I'm a little bit worried.
But it also makes me wonder what would I ink in the first turn. But I go second, so hopefully I can draw the card.
I'm struggling with that as well. But I'm going to start my first turn by inking a Pongo. And we're going to use these ink tokens to help hopefully the ink show better on camera. And then I'm going to use 1 ink. I'm going to be playing Mulan, Injured Soldier. She's a 2/3 that quests for 1. And this character enters play with 2 damage on her already. So we'll put the 2 damage on her.
If our dog doesn't need the other damage.
Yeah. And I should have probably said at the start, the card draw in this deck is largely through the likes of Julieta Madrigal and Rapunzel gifted with healing, so that I can remove damage from characters to draw cards. And that is my turn.
I'm glad that you hear that those cards are in your hand, because I did not know. So I'm not mad about doing this actually, so I'm going to ink Critical Clicker. I'm replacing for our token. And then I will use 1 to play Curse Merfolk.
Okay.
And that is turn.
Okay, so I'm going to ready, set, draw. Not ideal. I feel like I might have to ink Mufasa. I really don't want to, but I'm a little bit scared by Matthias's board. I think I might have to do it. I'll ink Mufasa. So let's get an ink token here. And then for 2, I'm going to play Mother Gothel. Withered and Wicked. She's a 3/4 that quests for 1. And she has the ability, What Have You Done? When this player enters play with 3 damage already on her. So
you're going to draw so many cards.
Yeah. And then I'm going to quest with Mulan for 1. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. So ready, set, draw for turn. Interesting. So I will actually ink what I just drew, which is the Chernobyl Followers. Then for 2, I will bring another Curse Merfolk and a Maleficent.
Oh,
so I'm getting exactly what I needed in the hand. I am going to quest for 2 to start putting some pressure in the aggro side, and that is turn.
That's a lot of pressure on me, so I'm going to draw for turn. So I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ink a Brawl. Let's put this over here. I can't let Matthias be getting too much lore right now, so I'm going to have Mother Gothel banish the Curse Merfolk. I will discard, unfortunately, Madame Medusa. And you're on 2 lore right now. You're going to go quite fast. So I think what I'm going to do is 3 to play Gaston, Despicable Dealer. He's a 2/4 that quests for 1, and he has the ability Dubious Recruitment. When you exert this character, you pay 2 less for the next character you play this turn. And that will be turn.
So drawing for turn. Okay, I will try my best here to be as aggro as I can. So I'm going to quest. I'm going to ink Kid Cloud Clicker. I can't say this. Kid Cloud Clicker. Then I will use 2 to bring Fling, which is the Charming Rogue. Is 1/2 questing for 2. Here comes Desmoda. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. So kind of like a Merfolk in a way. Then I'm going to use my 3rd ink to bring my Pegasus. So his gift for Hercules, 1/1 quest for 1, but he is evasive. And we have the big Pegasus in hand, which allows me to shift. I'm going to keep putting the pressure. I'm going to quest for 4, bringing me to 6, and that is turn.
Wow. I didn't have the best opening hand, I think, with this deck. I think I probably should have looked to get Rapunzel in my opening hand. Well, I'll start with this. I'm going to exert Gaston to use his ability, and then I'm going to pay 3 in order to play Mulan, Elite Archer.
No.
She's a 2/6 that quests for 2. She has 2 abilities. The first one, Straight Shooter. When you play this character, if you shift to play her, you get +3 this turn. So Mulan is now a +5. And she has the second ability, Triple Shot. During your turn, whenever this character deals damage to another character in a challenge, deal the same amount of damage to 2 other characters.
2 other characters.
So,
that is brilliant.
Mulan is going to challenge Maleficent. She's going to take 1 damage in the challenge. So let's swap that over.
Punished.
And then I'm going to deal the 5 damage to Curse Merfolk and to Flynn Rider.
And because it is an ability, you're not challenged. Do you have to discard?
I do not have to discard.
Because it's not challenged. So that was very smart.
So
and
that
I
was
lost 2 of my strong aggros.
that was good for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to just quest with Mother Gothel for 1. Will put me onto 2, and that will be my turn.
Okay, can I come back from that? You have a very full board now. Okay, so I'm going to quest for 1, bringing me to 7.
I think I know what's coming.
Then I'll use 3.
Yeah.
I'll bounce to my hand. Then I'll go for Mulan.
Yep, so you take 2 damage.
So Mulan is banished. I take 2.
So both cards going to my discard.
And then I'm going to use the Pegasus as an ink.
Okay.
Just because I want to build up, even though it's not much about this deck. But that is turn.
Okay, so I'm going to ready.
Just need to take that one out of the way.
So ready my ink. So on my side, I'm going to, unfortunately, ink Brawl. Let's get that. And then I'm going to use 3 to play Doc, leader of the 7 Dwarfs. He's a 2/3 that quests for 2. And whenever this character quests, you may pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn. So really just kind of helping with the ramp strategy. I think I'll have Mother Gothel take out the fox. I don't like her on the board. And then that should mean Gaston is safe to quest. How much ink do you have?
I have 4.
4 inks. So you could play 1 drop and then a Maleficent. A Madame Mim. Yeah, I think I'll just wait then. And that's done.
Yeah, okay. Because you want to make sure you can bring cards earlier, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So ready, set, draw for turn. Okay, not necessarily what I had in mind. Do you have many songs in your hand?
It's a Redfasa deck. I have no songs.
No songs. Okay, good to know. So I don't need to worry much about Ursula. So I'm going to ink Ursula. And then for 3, I'm going to bounce him back to your hand.
Ooh, okay, yeah. That hurts.
I cannot do anything else, so that's turn.
Okay, so
but at least I'm... Because my plan here is I don't want him to be able to play so many characters that fast.
Yeah. So I'm going to... Oh, this is so tricky. I'm going to use 3 to play Gaston again, unfortunately, and I will pass.
There you go.
I'm not having the best hand at the moment. As you can see, I've had to skip inking a couple of turns now, so hopefully with the likes of Gaston and Doc, it makes up for the lack of inking.
So what I'm going to do is, I will not do much. I'm going to bring the Queen's Castle, which is a cost of moving of 1, 7 willpower, passive lore of 2, but her ability, or its ability, is in the mirror. At the start of your turn, for each character you have here, you may draw an additional card. So I'm going to just move in inside the location. I won't quest because I want to protect it, so I can draw more for a turn, and that's turn.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do here is changing Charlie's focus and try to attack the location.
So everyone can see my hand, so they're gonna see that I made a good choice not inking this last turn. So I'm gonna quest with Doc for 2, which will put me on 4. Because I've done that, I can now pay 1 less for a character. So I'm gonna use all 4 to play Maui.
Oh,
Hero to a hull, 6/5. Doesn't quest. He's got rush, so he can challenge the turn he split, and he's got reckless. So I'm gonna have both of these challenge the castle. I would rather not quest with exert Gaston, but I didn't really have much choice. The question is, I have skipped ink a couple of turns now, so I feel like I do need to probably ink this turn. So I will ink Sisu, and that will be my turn.
It couldn't be better for you, the timing.
I know. I got so lucky with the Mulan timing. I got lucky with the Maui timing.
So I'm going to use 3. And I will bring Peter Pan, Shadowfinder. He's a 2/3 questing for 1. He's rush, he's evasive. And with the ability fly, of course, your other characters with evasive gains rush. That's why I talked about Diablo earlier on. But what I want to do here is I want to take the Gaston out of here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go do 2 for you here. You do 2 to me.
Yes.
And then I'll finish with
Kate and
trade. And then I get 2 damage. He's evasive, so hopefully Charlie cannot attack me unless he gets Maui Fishhook.
That's true.
Turn.
Yeah, I think this deck might struggle a bit with evasive characters. Oh, look at that.
Maui Fishhook.
No,
Okay.
I don't have Maui Fish.
Okay.
I have a card that unfortunately I would rather not have drawn right now.
Okay.
I have to do some maths. So yeah, it's not inkable, unfortunately.
Mm.
So I'll use 3. I'll play Gaston. And then I'm going to quest with Doc. I need some law at this point, so I'm going to go up to 6. And if Matthias wants to challenge, he can challenge. I don't mind so much. Maui obviously can't challenge Peter Pan right now, so
Otherwise
he's
he
gonna
would.
sit there, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Okay.
I've got to say, I'm not used to playing decks that are just characters. I'm a big fan of songs and actions in this game, so it's definitely a different change of pace for me.
Okay, so that's interesting. I do want to... I need to read this. I do want to take Doc out of the picture. So I'm going to use 5. And I'm bringing Pegasus Cloud Racer. He's a 3/3 questing for 2. He has evasive. And with his ability Hop On, if I had Shift Hand over my baby Pegasus, all my characters will gain evasive until the start of next turn. But what is cool here is my synergy with Peter Pan. So Peter Pan is giving him Rush. So I'm going to go for Doc. I will survive in the process. So I do 2 damage, right? You do to me?
Deal 2 damage, yes.
And I'll quest for 1. Hopefully no one can attack this Peter Pan, bringing me to 8.
That Peter, those
That's
evasives causing some trouble
Sounds
for
good.
this deck. Oh my goodness, just drawing an inkable after an inkable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exert Gaston to trigger his ability, so I reduce the cost of the next character I play this turn. And then I'm going to...
Mufasa coming?
No, not Mufasa. Unfortunately, I really wish I hadn't had to ink the Mufasa. So I'm going to do some maths here. Maths isn't my strong point. So I'm going to play Chernobog. So his cost is reduced by 2 because of Gaston. And sorry, I should say Chernobog, Evildoer. He's a 9/9 quest for 3. He has 2 abilities. The Power of Evil. For each character card in your discard, you pay 1 less to play this character. So Gaston makes him an 8 cost. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 characters in my discard, which means I will pay 4 to play Chernobog.
Perfect.
And then he has Summon All the Spirits. When you play this character, shuffle all character cards from your discard into your deck. So
it goes back to his deck.
All of these
Not his hand, but his deck, which is good.
Going back into my discard and back into my deck. Again, Maui can't do anything. In another deck, he might be singing since he can't challenge. But that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. So ready, set. Draw. I will use 3. I will bring my Diablo, Devoted Herald. So it's a 2/2 questing for 1. Shift, evasive, and my ability circle far and wide. During each opponent's turn, whenever they draw a card while this card is exerted, you may draw a card. The reason I was like 2-headed here is because I wanted to use Peter Pan again and trigger him the same turn. But he will be banished in the process. Yes. So I'll rather trigger.
You don't want to banish your Diablo.
I'm sure. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to quest for 3 here. Okay. Bringing me to 11 this turn.
I have literally nowhere to deal with evasives other than my Mulan. And
this board is fully evasive. It's
so
insane.
You're on how much law?
I am at 11.
And you'll go up to...
12, 13, 14, 15 next turn.
I think the game's over, but I'll use Gaston, and then I'll pay 4 to play Hydra. Deadly Serpent, he's a 6/5 quest for 2 with the ability Watch the Teeth. Whenever this character is dealt damage, deal that amount of damage to chosen opposing character. Unfortunately, Matthias' entire board is evasive, so I can't deal damage. I'll use 1 because I have it in my hand to play Pluto, Friendly Pooch. He's a 0/2 quest for 1. He has the ability Good Dog. You can exert, pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn.
So you can play a lot less for everything here.
I'll quest with Chernobog for 3. I'll put me on to 9, but really without anything to do with those evasives, I think Matthias can just quest all the way to the end. That's turn.
So ready, set.
Although I do have Big Sisu in my deck, so if I can get Big Sisu out, then at least that will help me catch up. But it's going to be
use 4 to bring Merlin Rabbit. So 2/3 questing for 1 and an ability Hoopty Heap. When you play this character and he leaves play, you can draw a card. Oh, it's a welcome card. So I'm going to ink Shadowbox Followers. I won't use in this turn, but I will quest for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, bringing me to 15.
15.
And I am activating my Diablo, so the drawing starts.
So let me ready, set, draw. Well, that's going to be game. I'll play 3 for a Gaston. I'll quest for 4, 6, 7 to go up to 16. But nothing to deal with Matthias' board, so he can bring it home now.
So ready, set, And then quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, let's play game 2.
Game 2 now.
So Matheus is starting. He has the advantage
It's a
of
2-game
pause.
format, so I get to start at least.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Mufasa today. I might take a 2-0 loss. But let's see.
Do you want to talk about your...
You're starting, so you get to talk about your mulligan first.
Interesting. So let me have a look at
Gives me
what
time
I
to
have.
think.
Exactly. So I have more cards than I needed here, to be fair. I don't need those 2. So again, we're trying to go for that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 synergy if I had castles. But I also want to look for more ones, even though I have a couple. I don't have the ones I would like to. So I will mulligan this card. Then I will keep this one just because of this synergy here. I think I'll mulligan this one. I might regret myself later. So not many mulligans, hoping that I can draw a card for that. So I'm going to mulligan 2 cards.
Okay.
Let's see what I get. Okay, not too bad, I guess. That's actually not too bad at all. And that is me.
Okay. So on my side, I'm definitely holding on to these cards. I need these just to help me catch up with Matheus if I can. Who knows if it'll happen. I'm going to hold on to this because it's card draw. And then I'm in doubt. So I feel like I definitely need to try and get a hold of a 2-drop so that I can keep up with Matheus in the early game. Because I already have some things to play on 3, I'm really just deciding which of these 3 drops I have in my hand to keep. I think I'm going to keep this one just because it's a little bit more threatening, really. So I'm gonna mulligan these 2. Hopefully I'll find a 2-drop, but if not, I'll have 2 turns to find one. That's not a 2-drop. That's definitely not what we wanted to see, but that is a 2-drop. So that is something. So this is what we end up with. This absolutely terrible draw, but the rest aren't too bad. So yep, that's me.
Cool, so I'll get started. I think I should have mulliganed more aggressively, but it's okay. No time to complain. So I'm inking a Merlin. And then for this one, I'm playing Pegasus, Gift for Hercules, 1/1, Question for 1, Evasive, and that is turn.
Okay, so I'm drawing for turn. Yeah, what is that? So I'm going to ink Stitch. It's too expensive to have it this time in the game. And then I'm going to pay 1 to do what I did last game. Play Mulan, Injured Soldier, and that is turn.
Is she injured?
She is injured, thanks for the reminder. So she's going to start with 2 damage.
Because you probably want Rapunzel to come in, so I can imagine. I'm going to ink Madame Min Snake. And then for 2, I am playing Fling Rider, Charming Rogue. He's a 1/2 question for 2. Here comes this Moda. When this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. I'm questing for 1 with my Pegasus because it's evasive. Hopefully you won't have anything to remove me. I go to 1 and that is turn.
So I'm going to ready, set, draw for turn. So Pegasus is definitely a nuisance. I would really like to be able to deal with that card, but I can't right now. So I'm going to ink Sisu. And then for 2, I'm going to do what I did last game as well. I'm going to play Mother Gothel. She's entering with 3 damage on her. And then I am going to... I'll quest. I don't think Matheus will challenge me, so it's good to get some lore while I can.
That is correct.
And if he does, then at least it's slowing him down a little bit, and that's turn.
I won't.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, I won't. Okay, I have some choices here in place. I almost feel like this could be good, but at the same time, yeah, I'm going to play with my guts here. I'm going to ink Friends on the Other Side, which is usually a good card. Don't ink it if you don't need to. Then I'm going to use 3 to play Big Pegasus on Baby Pegasus, so I'm shifting. That's why the cost is only 3. He's a 3/3 question for 2, he's evasive, and because I shift, my characters all get evasive as well. So that means that my Fling Rider is protected to quest this turn, and I'm questing with both of them for 4, bringing me to 5, and that is turn.
Wow, getting low very, very quickly.
It's good to bring this Pegasus when I have more characters like that, but it's still worth it.
I think it's still good.
Yeah.
That definitely scuppers my plans a little bit. So I'm going to ink Mother Gothel. Put that into my inkwell. And then I'm going to use 3. I'm a little bit desperate, so I'm going to brawl Matheus's Flynn.
No.
So at least I don't have to discard a card.
Because it was via brawl.
Because it was via brawl. And then I'll quest for 2. I need to try and get lore. At least keep up with the lore race at the moment, and that's turn.
Okay, that was a good timing for you. with the Fling Rider. And that forced you to choose the Brawl, so in
It
a
did
way,
force me to use
it's
the Brawl,
good for
yeah.
me in that sense.
So as I said at the start, this is a deck with a lot of characters because of Mufasa, but as you can see, Brawl is kind of essential as well in the meta game.
Inking Pegasus, Baby Pegasus, Pegasi. And then I have two options here. I'll bunny in my way. So Merlin Rabbit, 2 requested for 1, enters or leaves plays, I draw a card. Perfect card, that's exactly what I wanted. I'll quest for 2, I come to 7, and that is turn.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So I'm drawing for turn. Oh, that's a nice card to have, but that is a nice card to have. I'm going to, unfortunately, ink Brawl. So I'll put another ink into my inkwell. And then I'm going to use 4 to play Rapunzel. She's gifted with healing, a 1/5 quest for 2 with the ability Gleam and Glow. When you play this character, remove up to 3 damage from one of your characters. Draw a card for each 1 damage you remove this way.
Oh, who you're removing?
I wonder what I'm going to remove. So I'm going to remove 3 damage from Mother Gothel, which allows me to draw 1, 2, 3 cards. So that is going to help me just kind of get some more options to hopefully deal with Matthias's board. Still, I can't deal with Pegasus. I think we're a few turns away from being able to deal with Pegasus. So I'll quest for 2, which is going to put me onto 5, and that will be turn.
Okay, so ready, set. Then draw. Okay, I'm going to first use 3 to bring Peter Pan Shadow Fighter, 2/3 questing for 1, Rush Evasive. My characters with his Evasive gains Rush as well. But obviously he's already on the board. I want to go for you here. Okay. So you do 2 to
damage,
me.
Yes.
His evasive, so hopefully I'm protect a little bit longer.
I think in reflection I should not have quested with Mulan.
That I will actually quest for... No, let me think about what I'm doing here. Oh, you can have more Rapunzels, that's the problem. But I want more cards right now. I want to be able to grow my ink a little bit faster. Even though I don't need much. Well, I'm going to quest for 2 here, so I'm bringing to 9 for sure.
Okay.
My conundrum is, do I sacrifice myself here so I can draw a card and ink in this turn? Or I leave that for... No, I'm going to leave that choice to you.
Okay.
So I'll quest for 1, bring it to 10, and that is turn.
Okay, so ready, set, draw. Well, I'll ink Sisu. So that gives me 5 ink. I'll do it now whilst I can. I'm going to play Mufasa, Betrayed Leader. He's a 3/3 quest for 2 with the ability The Sun Will Set. When when this character is banished, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a character card, you may play that character for free, and the interplay exerted. Otherwise, put that card on the top of your deck.
And your hand, you said, is like 54 characters?
56 characters.
56 characters, it's going to be a character.
I've already used 2 brawls, so...
Exactly, it's going to be a character. So I need to be careful.
Yeah, I'll have Mother Gothel, of course, take out the rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you were wise to let me do it for you.
Yeah, so I draw a card.
And then I'm going to quest with Rapunzel. Will put me on 7, and that's turn.
So he just did, if you saw my hand, exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna quest. I'm gonna ready everything. Quest for 1. Draw a card for turn. So first, I'm going to use 3 to bring Diablo. He's a 2/2 quest for 1 evasive, but because of this Peter Pan, I can now attack. I'm gonna go for Rapunzel, and I survive in the process. So I was looking for a target that he has, and I think it's only Rapunzel that can do only 1 damage.
I think you might be right. Yes.
So I was waiting for the Rapunzel. I get to activate already in the same turn, and then I still have 1 left. What I'm going to do is actually inking the goat, and then I'm going to use 1 to bring Maleficent, biding her time on 1, questing for 2, so I'm putting a lot of pressure. And then obviously I'm questing for 3, bringing me to 13, and that is turn.
I think that is going to be game, but we'll draw a card, so you get to draw 1 from...
I draw from the Diablo.
I'll ink Mulan, so that gives me 6 ink. And then I'm going to use all 6 to play...
What's that?
Lady Tremaine, Imperious Queen, a 3/4 that quests for 2. And she has the ability Power to Rule at Last. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and banishes one of their characters. It doesn't make much difference right now, but the choice is yours.
Yeah, I think... To be fair, I read a quest for more. I think Peter Pan's going because he's already damaged. So I am discarding him.
And again, the evasives are killing me right now, so I'm going to quest for 5. Will put me onto 12.
That's quite
But
a lot.
I think it might be too little, too late, and that will be the end
fair.
of my turn. Yes,
Then I will obviously. How much you said?
12.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you can get to 19. But it's better that I'm aggroing as much as I can. I need to get to the finish line. So I'm going to quest for 2, 4, 5. And then... Okay, I will... that's hard. It's actually very close.
It is.
It is very close. I need to be very strategical here. You're gonna get a character for free if I banish to. So I need to change Charlie's focus on here. So I'm going to use 4 to play the castle.
The perfect
The
time
Queen's
to play it.
Castle, yeah. So it's a moving cost of 1, 7 willpower, passive 2. Any character I have inside increases my number of draws. Again, I just want to make sure that he points at something else instead of myself. And I think that does the job. I'm going to ink this. Pegasus. Bear with me, but that is turn.
Okay. You don't want to use your last 2 ink.
I
to
will
move some
use the last
characters.
2 ink, that is right. And I will put my evasives inside. I might as well, because there's probably more
Right
protected.
choice.
And that is
Okay.
turn.
So I'm going to draw for... I'm going to ready. Set and then draw for turn. If you want to draw, you can.
I will, yes. Because of Diablo. Yeah.
Because of Diablo. Fortunately, it's not gonna be enough. But I'll. I mean, I don't even need to ink. I'll use all 6 to play
Tremaine again?
Mulan.
Oh, but she didn't shift.
She didn't shift, so I can't use her this turn. Unfortunately, I think I probably made a bit of a mistake because I had this Mulan last turn.
Okay.
Maybe I should have played her instead of. Instead of Tremaine, played maybe a bit of a longer game, but I was feeling the pressure from Amethyst.
So she has no ability if you don't shift?
She has an ability, but she can't use it until her next
Okay.
turn. So yeah, and then really all I can do, I'll quest for 7. At least it puts me onto 19, but you see I'm just 1 law too far, and I'll let Matthias close the game.
So I get 2 from the castle, obviously.
Yeah. And that's it.
And that's it. And I have
Good
this
game.
as well.
You don't even need to
Good
play
game.
them. Good game.
So do you want to talk about the decks?
Let's talk about
what
the
do you
decks.
think it could have been done differently?
This deck, I think it's not really that well equipped to deal with evasives or aggro, just because of the way it's built. It's a little bit. I think it's got a bit of a slower start, and then you ramp into those big threats later on. So obviously, going against an evasive deck, it was always going to be a bit of an uphill battle. I did have the brawls. Thank goodness I had the brawls in this deck. There are versions of this deck with no brawls. I think I would have lost even quicker. I do think I made a few misplays. Like certainly in the second game, I shouldn't have quested with the Mulan when I did, because I had the Shift Mulan in my hand. Probably shouldn't have quested with the Rapunzel, but I was just really trying to catch up on lore. It was just Matilda's deck put so much pressure that I felt like I needed to answer that as quickly as I could. And how do you feel about your deck? Because this is a different version than the one you played.
So yeah, I've been practicing and playing with some crazy strategies with Emerald, Amethyst, and Charlie has been telling me, try the one from the meta, try the one from the meta.
Be more aggressive.
But some Pegasus. So it feels very, very good. Obviously, it's an unfair matchup anyway, so I think I would have done good anyway with this matchup, especially with the evasive. I think that's what put the pressure on you. So I did like it. It's very fun. Especially with Peter Pan. I gotta say, I think having a deck that is full of evasive, that Peter Pan Shadow Finder, literally changes your game quite a lot. You can come in, being evasive and already attack, and you saw me doing that twice with the Diablo.
Yes.
In fact, you only activate the second time because of Rapunzel's being there in the present. I quite enjoy it. I think it's another one of those, as we said, is maybe not the one you will be seeing a lot in the set championship.
Yes,
But I do think you'll see some. I don't think it's going to be 0, because it is quite strong if you play the right way.
I think
with
your
the right
deck as well
matchup.
is quite beginner friendly. So,
Exactly,
so you like certainly when we were at our last set championships, a lot of like people who were newer with the game or younger players were using Amethyst Emerald, because really the strategy is just gain law as quickly as you can, and then close the game.
And it feels good, right? When you're growing very fast in the beginning. Do let us know if you're playing the set championship already. This is weekend 2.
We're going into weekend
3 and 4.
3 and 4 by the time you see this video.
So let us know which decks have you been using, have you been successful, and let us know if you like this format as well, about more competitiveness. If you have any deck you want us to play as well, leave the comment down there, or join us on Discord. The link is just below.
Yes,
come join us. It's growing faster and faster, and we're there all years just asking which type of content you want to see. So it's their chance to interact with us if you like that.
And of course, a huge shout out to our YouTube members who really help us out here on the channel. if you're interested, you can have a look at the details below by clicking the join button. And really thank you for all the support.
So much. Thank you. We really appreciate your presence in the channel. So that's it.
Yeah.
Happy questing.
Happy questing. Bye bye.